There are some good reasons to install larger tires on your side-by-side, with more traction, ground clearance, and smoother rolling over bumps topping the list. While many enthusiasts believe they can simply slap larger tires on their rig, this often results in a loss of performance and more wear and tear on the machine. Picking a good setup will vary, depending upon your machine's tire clearance, horsepower, type of transmission, and the type of driving you'll be doing. In this video, we'll take a look at things to consider when adding larger tires to the super popular Polaris RZR XP 1000. It should also give you a good idea of things to consider when adding larger tires to any CVT-equipped side-by-side. Adding larger tires is like gearing your side-by-side up. This can make acceleration more sluggish from takeoff to top speed. While you might expect bigger tires to increase top speed, they can actually reduce it. And the larger tires you choose, the greater the negative effects can be. Increased rotating mass will also negatively affect acceleration, so choosing the right tires and wheels should be done with consideration for how they will affect engine performance. Clearance inside the wheel wells needs to be taken into consideration. According to the tire and wheel experts at planetsidebyside.com, the RZR XP 1000 can accommodate tires up to 32 inches in diameter with its stock A-arms, depending upon the tire, air pressure, and wheel offset. If you want to run tires larger than 32 inches, you might want to consider aftermarket A-arms that move the front wheels forward for added clearance. The first thing to consider when picking bigger tires is intended use. We were looking for a trail tire that would excel in the wetter months in our area, so we went with GBC Grim Reapers. They feature widely spaced tread on the sides to help get you through the muck, with a crisscross tread pattern down the middle for smoother rolling on hardpack. 8-ply radial construction offers toughness and a supple ride. Check out our test of the Grim Reaper tires for more on their design and performance. Replacing 29-inch tires. The 30-inch tires we chose may not sound significantly different, but they're actually a couple inches taller than the half-worn Bighorns we're replacing, providing the small increase in ground clearance and rollover that we were looking for. We prefer setting our machines up with the same size wheels and tires at all four corners, requiring a wheel swap. We went with 14 by 7-inch no-limit deuce wheels, featuring cast aluminum construction and a modular design. They have a rather wide 3.5 plus 3.5 inch offset, widening the car around 5.2 inches front and 4 inches rear. The added width should more than make up for any loss in stability from running taller tires, although the added width will be a deal breaker if you run on trails limited to 64 inches in width. No Limit offers many styles, color matching for nearly all popular models, and cover their wheels with a lifetime guarantee. No Limit tells us that their unique bead design does very well at holding the tire's bead securely in place, with lower pressures, or for the unexpected flat. Our final setup was 30 by 10 by 14 inch tires mounted on 14 by 7 inch wheels. The taller GBC tires and No Limit wheels added around 46 pounds of rotating mass to our RZR. Unfortunately, this is the point where many enthusiasts stop. Your factory clutch was calibrated for a specific tire size, weight, and horsepower. Maintaining stock acceleration, responsiveness, and CVT durability with larger tires requires a different clutch setup on the RZR XP 1000 and most other CVT-equipped models. We installed a sport utility clutch kit from EPI Performance. The kit we selected is calibrated for 30 to 32 inch tires and typical to more aggressive driving. EPI runs higher belt pressure, reducing slippage for improved belt life. Clutch engagement is set 300 to 400 RPMs higher off idle thanks to a different primary spring. EPI's Helix eliminates a majority of the RZR's engine braking by removing the engine braking notch found in the stock Helix, allowing for sportier driving in rough conditions. Changing oil prior to testing. A Maxima Quick Change Oil Kit for the RZR makes things more convenient. Available at your local dealer or delivered to your home. It includes everything you need: 3 liters of side-by-side synthetic oil, a Pro Filter oil filter, and a drain plug crush washer. To evaluate the difference the tires, wheels, and clutching made, we did 3 rounds of quarter-mile drag racing, measuring engine RPMs at different speeds. A handheld GPS was used to measure speed throughout, Our first race was with the stock tires, wheels, and clutching, the second with Grim Reaper's no-limit wheels and stock clutching, and the final was with the EPI clutch installed. Test driver Aaron Meyer did his drag racing without our cameras present. The all-stock machine was running around 4,500 RPMs at 20 miles per hour, 5,800 RPMs at 40 miles per hour, and 6,900 RPMs at 60 miles per hour. The stock RZR ran the quarter-mile time in 14.23 seconds at 56.7 miles per hour. With the larger, heavier tire and wheel setup installed, RPMs remained virtually unchanged at 20 miles per hour at 4,550 RPMs. At 40 miles per hour, RPMs dropped by 1,000 to 4,800. At 60 miles per hour, RPMs increased by 1,300 to 8,200 RPMs. Our RZR's quarter-mile time was around a quarter second slower at 14.47 seconds, with a 1.1 mile per hour slower top speed of 55.6 miles per hour. The rather substantial increase in RPMs at 60 miles per hour, plus the odor of burning rubber, made it clear that the belt was slipping at higher speeds. Responsiveness was also notably reduced throughout the RPM range. Compared to stock, after installing the EPI clutch kit, at 20 miles per hour there was an increase of around 600 RPMs to 5,100. At 40 miles per hour, there was around a 600 RPM jump to 6,400. At 60 miles per hour, RPMs dropped by around 250 compared to the larger tires with stock clutching, with around a 1,050 RPM increase compared to stock at 7,950 RPMs. We were happily surprised to see a performance gain over stock in the quarter mile with a quarter second faster time of 13.98 seconds at a 3.7 mile per hour faster top speed of 60.4 miles per hour. Hitting the trail, instead of the sluggish responsiveness we've come to expect from running larger tires, clutch engagement and acceleration off idle were both quicker than stock. It does take a few more RPMs for the clutch to hook up. You notice this mainly accelerating from a dead stop, and we quickly adapted to it. The added off-idle snap was a benefit for recreational or aggressive driving. While definitely not overwhelming, the only time we missed the smoother initial takeoff of the stock clutch was on extremely slick side hills, where traction was paramount. Getting rapidly off and on the gas, the transmission's willingness to backshift feels lightning fast and lag-free, putting you in the best part of the power band almost immediately. We greatly appreciated this anytime we wanted to pitch the car sideways. Designed to maintain performance with up to 32-inch tires, we can definitely say that EPI increased performance with 30s. Aggressive driving is more fun with the virtual elimination of engine braking, although you might miss it a little on lazy trail rides. Coming out ahead in performance thanks to EPI, we were free to take advantage of our tire and wheel upgrades. The GBC Grim Reaper tires deliver the type of grip we were looking for on wet trails, with plenty of bite for forward traction, braking, and side hills, while keeping vibrations down on hard-packed surfaces. The slight increase in height was noticeable on the trail, allowing us to clear obstacles and ruts that would have otherwise had our RZR framing out. The added rollover of the taller tires noticeably smoothed out smaller bumps. While it's definitely not necessary to widen your RZR when adding slightly taller tires, we came away happy with the results. The added width from the no-limit wheels make you feel more secure on side hills and in high-speed turns. The added width also allow you to stay out of ruts created by narrower side-by-sides and ATVs. Polaris Power Steering did a superb job of filtering out the added leverage put on the RZR steering by the wheel's added offset. Steering remains very light, with little detectable increase in bump feedback. Having carefully considered our tires' increase in size, the terrain we'd be using them on, utilizing a tough set of wheels that would fit our needs, and having the clutch recalibrated to deal with the added strain of larger, heavier tires and wheels. Our RZR XP 1000 enjoys the benefit of larger tires without regret. By copying our build, or with some methodical part selection of your own, your RZR or other side-by-side can enjoy a similar setup.